Well, obviously.
Well, what are the chances if he invited him to come along to Mexico with us?
Andrew Weil?
Mm-hmm. You think he'll take us up on it?
No, probably not.
No. Well, that will make him more depressed.
Make him more depressed.
Here, you want some? It's pretty good on the beans.
Okay.
Make him more depressed.
Yeah, make him more depressed. Huh?
So if money doesn't do it, education doesn't do it, status doesn't do it, prestige doesn't do it, power doesn't do it, or power by networking. I mean, he could probably call up any doctor he wanted to. He said he was under psychotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
Taking So I mean, you could probably get about anybody you wanted to counsel you, I guess. And so.
Well, okay. Well, why wouldn't he try something totally out of?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering. Why of all people would he be? Too much stress, or I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty strange.
Well, to me, it would be the thought that maybe everything he'd been, quote, preaching, unquote, realized or thought was maybe not so. That would make me depressed.
Well, he said he was taking, I think it was B12, but I'm thinking, come on. I mean, that means you think it's a vitamin that's causing it, I mean, come on, I don't think so. I mean, this guy's probably eating organic, superb diet. You would think, I mean, he's not going out and eating Whoppers every meal, which might be healthier than what he's eating, I don't know, but he says he's taking B12. And B12, I think, has something to do with memory, or supposedly memory, and obviously mental condition there, No, I mean, it's not like it's a black mark against him. I mean, he did some good books and whatnot, but I just find it rather ironic and rather surprising that.
Well, what's his name? Michael Wallace said he was had depression.
Yeah.
For years or decades, and he spoke out about it finally. Went public about it. He's somebody,
You wouldn't have thought about it for him. Yeah.
Michael.
He was a TV reporter.
Wallace?
Yeah.
Mike Wallace.
Oh, Mike Wallace.
Well, in California, it's an epidemic. But that's because people have lost everything, or a lot of people have lost everything. So they're.
If you eat something spicy and take a little bit of wine, the wine will be kind of sweet, like.
Could be, I guess.
Try it.
I'm through.
You're done.
I can't eat anymore. I drank some wine and had some chicken and salad and chilaquiles and rice. There's more rice here, Rich.
No, I think probably.
When I left this, does the flavor change? Does it change when it's dark?
Slightly, yeah.
The other one was totally dark.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally right.
Really dark.
Oh, just throw it out?
Yep. The
Just
chickens
bought
are
them
going to
Sunday.
love it. Don't put them in the fridge. Leave them out.
I don't think you're supposed to put avocados in the fridge, are you? No.
Well, that side of the fridge isn't as cold as, It usually doesn't get quite that cold over there.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think tomatoes you're supposed to put in the fridge either.
Like
Tomatoes and
bananas.
avocados, nor bananas.
Yeah, well, bananas, that's out.
Just leave them out. Yeah.
I think with tomatoes, they changed the chemistry in tomatoes. I think if you put them in the fridge. And bananas, I don't know. But avocados.
Hard to say.
They're
Yeah.
tropical fruit, huh? They're tropical vegetable. Fruit,
yeah.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think it's true that 200 years ago there was no depression?
That's hard to say. For one thing, it wasn't.
You didn't have all the psychologists diagnosing people, but
Yeah.
but it's funny because
I'm sure there were.
I read in the last year a lot in the 1700s and 1800s, and one of the things that struck me is that people were upbeat, and you didn't hear this malaise or angst, and you didn't hear it. Of course, maybe the poor people felt that way, felt depressed or whatever, and it was crummy lives, but. But then it goes back to that theory that the bacteria has changed because of the antiseptics and the so you're not exposed to that, and so there is that bacteria they're treating depression now with and getting results, and so
Andrew Weil needs to get
some of that bacteria in his gut,
into a mud fight somewhere.
A mud fight, or go out and spend some time on a ranch.
And a ranch. Why wouldn't he take you up on it? An invitation. Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, if he tried
Why would
anything
he?
else.
Why would he?
Because it will be completely different than his normal. And if he wants to be happy or
maybe he doesn't want to be happy.
Enjoy life. Well, maybe that's his problem, and nobody tells him that. He's trying to. Was taking vitamin B12.
Maybe it's self-induced.
Of course.
Maybe it's his fault, because he.
Well, usually, part of it. I mean,
because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do those certain things. He doesn't want to go out and live in the jungle for a year or something.
I mean, he doesn't have to do that. I mean, just 1 or 2 months out of the ordinary is totally different than what he's used to.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Bring him around.
I have no idea. But it didn't appear from what I read that psychotherapy did him much good. I don't know that it does much good for a lot of people.
I'm not a believer, but that's it.
The psychotherapist has certainly been.
Well, I'm sure getting a hefty fee,
Yeah.
And the longer it goes on, the more he benefits.
The more you make,
So.
It's hard to say, I mean, I think it's really hard for one person to talk about another. But certainly he's an intelligent person, an educated person, a person that has money and resources. And yet all that combined somehow didn't work for him, and he went into bouts with depression. I mean, I don't know what that kind of it's a strange thing. I don't know what to say about that. What to think about that.
They might not have had depression 200 years ago, but they did.
It wasn't so. If they did?
Well, they might not have had depression, but they still had plenty of insanity going on. Well, one thing that doesn't get discussed much at all is, for instance, the burning of witches in Germany.